All right, y'all. So listen, Shannon Sharpe is getting sued for 50 million by this young lady right here on the screen. Okay, that is not that is not $50 million worth of woman. It's not. That is not $50 million worth of woman. Okay, that that is not allegedly. He was paying her allegedly 25K like per session. Okay, they was doing some really freaky, deranged behavior. I got the text messages. Okay, I got the text messages, like wild stuff. I got Shannon Sharp's response. Okay. I got more pictures of this young lady so we can understand how in the world he was tempted. Because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. There's no way I'm getting involved with this. There's no way. With all the options, Shannon, you have at your disposal, being a rich, successful man, why in the world would you get involved in this level of debauchery with this young woman? Okay, Gabrielle Zuniga. Okay, you already knew how she was getting down. She was selling it, and she's young. And as a black man, you already know what else is wrong with this. You know you shouldn't have did this. As a black man from the South, you know better, bro. You know better. I can't do the rest of the timeline without straight up saying, bro, you know better. You know better. Older black man. You were 54 when you met her. She was 19 in the gym. There ain't nothing about this young lady that screams, yo, I need that. There ain't nothing. But anyway, let me get her off the screen. Let's go through the text messages. Let's go through the allegations. Okay. Her lawyer is Tony Buzbee. I'm gonna lead off rip. I'm gonna lead off rip and say this. Um, I don't trust this lawsuit, okay? Because she's saying this happened in January of this year and October of last year. Okay. First of all, and I also seen Candace Owens say this too, which is a great point that she made. If he assaulted you in October, what'd you come back for in January besides money? Which means it really didn't even bother you that bad. You hit a lick again, and then you set him up via text, and then you're doing this. Like I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm casting down because again, this is something that you're saying happened also in California. You could bring criminal charges. You're not. You're bringing it civil. That tells me a whole lot. That tells me a whole lot. Because if you bought it criminal, that would make me go, okay, she means this. She means this. And then brought it civilly later because you're like, I need my coins. But you didn't even bring it criminally. You brought it civilly. I don't believe you. Anyway, let's get to this. Let's get straight to this. So look, this is the statement. Uh, excuse me, that Shannon Sharpe's attorneys put out. Um, and it has text messages. Paraphrased in the statement. This girl said, and I quote, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me." She said that on October 7th. I know you miss this big juicy ass. 25K each for each cheek. So she was getting 50 bands. I'm wrong. And this is on January 1st. She's saying that she felt assaulted either the first or the second. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling a little bit of bullshit. This lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zunga, whatever her name is, and orchestrated by her attorney Tony Buzbee, who lied on Jay-Z or whatever, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentation, and it will not succeed. In an effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zunger presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zunger has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team to set the record straight. We are releasing several of Ms. Zunger's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe to clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she made in the lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, the day after she asked for $25K per cheek, as quoted above in her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of Miss Younger's text, for example. All right, let's get the next one on the screen. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want. Then I can do whatever I want. Then you can do whatever you want to me. That's the autocorrect mess. I can read through that. Listen, bro. Listen. If you ask for that type of money and then you claim that he assaulted you, and I'm gonna go through those other text messages shortly, and you claim that he assaulted you, okay? You claim that he assaulted you. That doesn't make any sense. Like that sounds like a setup. That sounds like a setup. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your asshole, then marry. Yo, this girl is nasty. This is nasty. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe on January 12th, 2024. Then she said, "That's my daddy. F, I want you to put that big black baby in me." That was August 6th, 2024. I'm sorry for the pause. I'm just like, yo, this is so this is giving red flags. I, as a young man, would have ran. I would have ran away, bro. This is giving red flags. You better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Oh my God. She was trying to get pregnant. That's why she's suing him. She was trying to get pregnant. These messages are just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Miss Zunga. That the evidence paints a clear picture that this was consensual and adult relationship that included role playing, sexual language, fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Miss Zunga. Oh my God. The edited tape that Miss Zunger secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion and misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and prepares to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to to vindication through due process and judgment based on the facts of law. Yeah, and he uncharacteristically put out these messages. Normally, we don't get these this far in advance. But I think he was just like, yo, listen, I gotta let y'all know how crazy we was and how we was getting down. And yeah, bro should have Yeah, bro should have he shouldn't have messed with her. Like Monique told him too. Like Monique told him, like we've heard at Black Men, we hear this all the time. You see it play out time and time again. Like he shouldn't have messed with that girl. He should not have. Matter of fact, I'll give this advice to any man. Any woman that's moving like that, that's talking about, yo, I have these weird kinks and fantasies and all that, she trying to set you up. She's trying to set you up. On me, she is. She's trying to set you up. Don't fall for that. Do not. All right. So then she has these additional text messages that she's claiming. She said, this reveals, she said, OnlyFans model. And she's an OnlyFans model. Oh my God. I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not to put it in my A, but you didn't listen. Yeah, I I don't care what our history is, no means no, Shannon. Yeah, she's trying to set him up. She's trying to set him up. That reeks of a setup. That reeks of a setup, man. That reeks of a setup. Let's go to next text messages. Uh but I cried when blah blah blah. I don't know how to process this. And then he said, "Can I call you later?" And then the next text message says, so those were from the 2nd of January. These are previous texts from in the past in 2024. I want to be abused, daddy. And that was June 14th of 2024. I want like some hardcore BDSM action though. And that was January of 2024. Yeah. Good grief, Shannon. Good grief, bro. Good grief. I don't even know how he let, bro. Like that's crazy, man. So, who is this? Lauren Lawsa. She reached out to both legal teams. And I do want to give her shout out. She reached out to both legal teams, and let's see here. We do have some audio. We do have the audio file, and I'm gonna play this first.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
See that gap right there, where then there's a random thank you. All of that's editing, bro. That's editing because there's no way they just was sitting there like that, and then he just goes thank you.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think.
Yeah. This quote here, where he says, "You don't have a choice in the matter." I didn't hear this. I didn't hear that throughout the whole thing. I didn't hear that. You don't have a choice in the matter.
What? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
I don't hear that you
Thank
don't
you.
have a choice in the matter.
Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think.
Yeah, I even from hearing that, like that audio sounds edited, and knowing that, let me get into a few things here, and then we can continue going down the timeline of different stuff that's been releasing over the last couple hours, I guess last 24. Um, the main thing that sticks out to me is that they didn't want to give the video, right from the lawyer statement previously, because I wanted to get through a lot of stuff, give y'all what y'all wanted, and comment on some stuff. Um, he wouldn't give up the full video. Why not? Like, so they can confirm it's not edited and out of context. They didn't. They just had this edited version of the video. That's ridiculous. You should give up the whole video, because the whole video would then probably show it was consensual. Like this lawyer Tony Buzbee, bro. These lawsuits be so frivolous. Like when you actually sit there and think about it, it'd be so frivolous. And I can't get on that bandwagon, because God forbid, you know what I'm saying, like somebody erroneously sue me or whatever. And then I'm, you know what I'm saying, also on this path of attacking people and not giving them the benefit of doubt. I'm gonna extend him the same grace I would want. That's what I'm trying to extend Shannon Sharpe today. Is the same grace I would want. The same process of somebody actually like listening to me, hearing me out, you know what I'm saying, hearing out all of the like the allegations and this and that and the third. Now Shannon Sharpe did offer this young lady 10 million. And I do have those messages from Laura Lorsa, and we'll get through those. And I understand a lot of people are like, 10 million, he must be guilty. No. He offered 10 million because he's worth over 100 million. Paying 10% or less to protect your brand and brand value when you stand to lose more money, more than 10 million, is easy. That's easy money. That's an easy, here, settle, NDA, boom, 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 boom. You can't talk about this no more. This goes away, boom. Right? To settle, right? She's like, no, I want 50 million. I think that's crazy. I think after that incident and she did what she did, he cut her off. She got scorned. She got mad. And then she's like, how can I extrapolate more money from him? He wouldn't give me a baby. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do XXXYZ. I have to get more money out of him some type of way. And this is her game plan. All right. So anyway, so this is Laura Larson. She did some reporting work. She called both sides, and here's what's going on. So she spoke with both Tony Buzbee and Shannon Sharpe's legal team, and I have some updates. First, I asked Tony Buzbee, the attorney for the accuser, some question. Number one, I asked if this case is happening because Shannon Sharpe is reportedly in talks for $100 million podcast deal. He answered, these Shannon Sharpe allegations are not because of the recent $100 million podcast talk. I call bullshit, because he did the same thing with Jay-Z. He did the same thing with Jay-Z when Jay-Z has some stuff going on, because he's just trying to get as much out of people as possible. He even had the stuff against Drewski that was frivolous. The stuff against what's his name? What the heck is his name? Anyway, he's a wide receiver. Odell Beckham Jr. Like it's just no, absolutely not. It's crazy. Attorney Busby claims that, yo, what's up, Kiki? What's up, Kiki, man? What's up? Welcome. Attorney Busby claims that he'd been in a preliminary premeditation meeting with Shannon Sharpe's legal team since February 2025. Tony Buzbee allegations that alleged alleges because he said Tony Buzbee allegations that allege it anyway. It's supposed to be alleged that during this mediation, it was agreed that certain information that was released in Shannon's statement would be redacted. Um, well, first of all, if you're doing a pre-mediation meeting and it would have been redacted, um, yeah, it would have been redacted because you always try and get people to like feel some type of way for these people because you use Jane Doe so then they can paint it with whatever victim they can think of and have a more favorable outcome. But when now that we know it's Gabriella and we know that one, she's the OnlyFans girl. Two, she likes BDSM and all that other freaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's on the record. She's on other podcasts and other platforms on the record talking about this stuff that she likes it. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like you're not going you can't keep trying to cry wolf, bro. You can't. Then the next part, Tony Buzbee calls the inclusion of Jane Doe's names and text in Shannon Sharpe's statement an alleged attack on a young girl, and alleges that it's not. It's not. Look. If he is getting named, you gotta. If you're doing civil, you gotta name. You gotta put name. You gotta put a name to it. If you're doing civil, you gotta put a name to it. Criminal, I understand. Criminal, I understand. Jane Doe. Jane Doe, John Doe. Cool. That's fine. Civil, nah, put a name on that shit. You got to put a name on that. Because people got to be able to defend themselves and clear their name, bro. And nah, that's crazy. Um, uh, and alleges the text she says she sent him were sent well before the acts being claimed in her lawsuit. No, they are not. He dropped one January 1st of 2025. Then you sent him on January 2nd of 2025, either after it, either after y'all had sex or before y'all had sex. You know what I'm saying? Well, not before. It's either the same day y'all had sex or y'all had sex the day prior. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying y'all, listen, if you're trying to tell me y'all had sex like sometime before January 1st, 2025, because she said she got assaulted twice. Why you offering them each cheek for 25K, all happy and go lucky? If he assaulted you in October, what you going back for? Like there's stuff that when you say it out loud, it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. If somebody punched me in the face, right? What I'm going back to their house for? If somebody robbed me, what I'm going back to their house for? What am I linking? What are we linking back up for? What are we linking back up for? We're not cool. Like that shouldn't be your friend no more. Anyway, I asked about the video blackmail, and Shannon mentioned in his statement. Tony Buzbee answered that Shannon's lawyers were allegedly shown the video in full during a mediation. Tony Buzbee alleges that Shannon Sharpe allegedly denied to view the video. I mean, he don't have to view the video. His attorneys were there. They're viewing the video and relaying the statement to him. He's out making money. That's what the lawyers are there for. Y'all are there to talk back and forth. He ain't got to view it. And offered a settlement in exchange that the victim declined. Yeah, of course she declined because she wants more money. She thinks she can get more money. If he offered 10, oh, I could definitely get 50. It's greed, bro. It's greed. It's textbook. Uh then she goes, second, I spoke to Lanny Davis, attorney for Shannon Sharpe, in response to Tony Buzbee claim. Shannon Sharpe's attorneys Denny's that deny I guess it denies that their legal team was ever extended the offer to see the video in full, he did confirm to me that only Shannon Sharpe's attorneys were shown the tape, but they alleged they were shown an edited version of the video, which they confirmed was edited after explaining it to Shannon Sharpe. Shannon's attorney says they described it to Shannon Sharpe, saying short length and describing the content, and Shannon Sharpe was convinced it was edited. Shannon's attorneys alleged they then asked Mr. Busby for a copy of the tape to determine with a neutral expert whether it was edited, and he refused. That's guilt to me. That shows that you know you're scamming, bro. You know it's a scam. You can't send it to a neutral third party and get it looked at. Like you can't even get it looked at. Excuse me, to determine that if it was edited or not. That lets me know you doing something foul. Shannon Sharpe's attorneys also allege that Mr. Busby has misleadingly disclosed the discussions with the mediator, Miss Zungan. Oh yeah, because he talked about the 10 million. Miss Zunga, the woman accusing Shannon Sharpe of a sexual assault, demanded tens of millions of dollars in return for her not going public. Yeah, that's crazy, and that's why he was just like, "Nah, fuck it," because he's more than likely gonna beat this. Is he gonna lose brand value? I don't know yet. Like I don't see enough to warrant people going, "Oh, we're gonna jump off this cliff and just believe her." I mean, you're talking about somebody that's really hard to believe, and it's unfortunate that it's like that, because I'm gonna say this: if you're a woman and you do OF, yes, you can be sexually assaulted. And I'm going to say, yes, during sex, you can rescind consent at any point in time. You can say, enough is enough. I'm done. Right? You can rescind consent. You don't have to continue. You don't have to. Even when being paid for the service, you don't have to. Okay? All right? Because it's pretty much prostitution. I'm just going to call it what it is. She was a prostitute. Not an OnlyFans girl. She was a prostitute because she was selling the cheeks for $25K each. You get to slap the left cheek for $25K. You get to slap the right for another 25. That's crazy. They're standing on the statement claims from Shannon Sharpe's statement that the accuser secretly taped the sexual activity that morning, and says they have reason to believe she significantly edited the tape, classifying this act as her engaging in a shakedown or in blackmail scheme. Lastly, Shannon Sharpe's attorney make it clear that there was never an agreement on terms in the mediation. Nothing final was ever reached between Ms. Zunga and Mr. Sharpe and their attorneys. Of course not. Nothing was final with me because y'all went public. That's the whole point. If mediation was actually reached and it was binding, you wouldn't have meant public. Duh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. And I'm glad she don't get to Jane Doe it. I'm glad she get to hang out, to get to hung out to dry. As well with him. Shannon Sharpe is categorically denying the sexual activity that morning or any other time ever in was in ever in any courses. What? Okay, this is definitely a text message error, because I'm reading it, I'm getting mad. And was entirely consensual. His legal team states, his legal team says, okay, the unedited tape would prove this, as well as her numerous prior text messages. Some they have already released. Good grief. Good grief. Good grief. Now, what's crazy is the man himself, he had things to say. So let's see what Buddy had to say. Okay, chill out for a second, Shannon. Chill out for a second. My freaking internet's tripping. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's let this load up for a second. But while this is okay, there you go. There you go. But I really want to stress this to y'all. I really want to stress this to y'all. If you are 54, all right, look, like for instance, I'm 34, right? I'm 34 years of age. If I'm dating somebody below 21, 21 and lower, I'm a weirdo. 22, that's too much. 23, that's also too much. 24, maybe, 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 maybe at 24, maybe. And even then, like people need to be vetted. People, you got to see if people are decent people. You got to see what people want and what they're trying to get out of you or whatever. Because people will allege anything once they feel like their feelings have been hurt, and or they feel like they can't get what they were getting. And I feel like she jumped out the window trying to get all that bread. He wasn't gonna give it to her, and then she said, "Shoot, I'm finna pull the R card. I'm finna pull the R card on you." Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Gentlemen, get y'all a nice young lady, settle down, or stop having sex. It's that simple. It's that simple. Don't be dealing with these weird girls out here, man.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
This is a solid statement. It's solid. It's to the point. It's fairly honest. It's not like he's denying or running around it. He's just saying like, yo, listen, this wasn't that. This wasn't what she's painted to be, which I feel him on. I think the only other thing that maybe bothers me a bit is and it's not a negative bothers. You know what I'm saying? Because I see black women, they're like, yo, this ain't our business, this ain't our fight. And I feel them on that. It don't bother me negatively. Like I feel them on that because like black men, we gotta love on our women, bro. Like if he was like if he was dating somebody around his age, like mid-30s, like you know what I'm saying? Because he's 56 years old. Get you a grown woman. Get you a grown woman. Now, if you wanted a younger girl that was a little bit more fun or whatever, find you a young lady that's reasonable. There's plenty of reasonable young ladies. Now, maybe they would have wanted a relationship and all that. So you were like, yo, I need this. I need a prostitute. There's plenty of IG girls that you could have got that they be selling it all the time. They're for sale. You could just slide in the DM, bro. You could have had you one of them, and it would have went a lot smoother. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Because this young lady, like, because I guess you're paying for her to be discreet. Like, you could have dealt with an actual, like, professional whore for that. Like, you did this to yourself, bro. You did this to yourself. Like, at the end of all of this, like I said in the beginning, and I'm going to say it now, like, you did this to yourself, bro. You did this to yourself. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to get involved with her. But your eyes bit off more than you could chew. You weren't thinking. You was thinking with your your other head. And you know what I'm saying? You got other head problems. You got to look at the totality of the picture, the totality of the woman, and realize like, okay, is this gonna be a solid scenario? Is this somebody I want to deal with? You know, and there's a lot of young ladies out there that you can't get with and you can't deal with. And you know, 50 is a weird time to being 56 and learning that now. Yeah, that's a weird time. I mean, especially after you had the thing that bothers me also, after you had the scandal with the IG live thing, you would think you would stop dealing with like certain types of women. Like, how'd you let her secretly record you? Like, you got comfortable with her. Like, you was going over her crib and all that. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Don't be, nah, fam. Nah. Anyway, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. That's the end of this video. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.